Check in now with meteorologist Joe DeCarlo. Joe, again, this is not taking aim at the coastal bend, but we're feeling the side effects of it.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a different path. It's not coming right at us from the southeast, but it is going to kind of hug the coastline, and we're going to get some of that effects, especially on the outer edge of it. So let's take a look right now at the latest look at Tropical Storm Nicholas. As of the 4 p.m. advisory, we see sustained winds right now, 40 miles an hour, gusts upwards of 50. Still relatively disorganized. It is broad, but it is starting to get itself together and is expected to slightly strengthen over the next 24 hours. Good news here, there's a lot of wind shear in the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. That is going to disrupt this storm a little bit and not have it rapidly intensify. So that's some good news there as it continues to push in the direction of South Texas. Here's the latest model or the latest forecast from the National Hurricane Center. The cone shows you coming up right up the coast. So the cone of uncertainty here lasts from Brownsville all the way up towards the Lake Jackson area. It could make landfall anywhere in this cone, but it looks like it's going to kind of hug the coastline tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. That's when we're going to see those conditions deteriorate across Corpus Christi and much of the coastal bend. So watches and warnings out there. Tropical storm warning, that's in effect for everybody across the coastal bend. Hurricane watch also included here for Port Aransas up towards the Port O'Connor area. This is a precaution. We may see Nicholas further strengthen just a little bit more. So we put out, or the National Weather Center put out a hurricane watch just to be safe on this system. But all of us, tropical storm warning, and we're going to see those tropical storm conditions as early as tomorrow midday. So overnight tonight, some passing showers. Get towards tomorrow, you see some of these heavier bands starting to move in. These move in during the afternoon and the evening time frame of Monday. Here's the center of the storm moving on through late Monday into early Tuesday. Some of the heaviest rain bands here on the northeast side of the storm as it continues to push on off to the north. It quickly moves out of here by Tuesday morning, so the biggest impacts are going to be seen from midday Monday to the late evening hours into early Tuesday before we see the system move on off towards the Houston area and bring a lot of rainfall to further locations off in southeast Texas. Wind forecast here, we're talking tropical storm force winds right along the coast. It looks like the storm is going to hug the coastline, so 50 to 65 mile an hour winds from Port Aransas, Padre Island, Mustang Island, seeing those heaviest winds. Corpus Christi, Rockport area, about 40 to 50 mile an hour winds, the max wind gust forecast. The further west you head, the much less wind we see and the much less rain we see as well. Severe forecast, we are tracking that slight risk of severe weather, marginal risk from the National Weather Center here. Corpus Christi up towards Port Aransas, Rockport for some spin-ups as these rain bands continue to push on off as we see the dirty side of this system Monday afternoon and Monday evening. So we'll keep you updated on any severe weather watch or warning that we do see with this storm. Rainfall, that's the biggest concern from the system. Here's the European model showing much less rain off to the west as you head towards the coastline. We see 2 to 3 to 4, possibly over 6 inches of rain. A few locations here picking up on close to a foot of rain. We're going to go with 4 to 8 inches, looking pretty likely right along the coast. The National Weather Center is putting out a moderate risk of some flooding here, right from the Rockport, Port Aransas, Corpus Christi areas off to the northeast. The further west you head, once again, your impacts are a lot less, and we'll see less flooding. So your expected impacts here from Nicholas: storm surge 2 to 4 feet, wind gusts in excess of 65 miles an hour, especially near the coast, 4 to 8 inches of rainfall, waves 6 to 8 feet, 6 to 10 seconds on that period. Rip current risk is going to be high. We're going to see higher than normal tides and some coastal flooding being the big impact from this tropical storm. Right now, looking out at SPID, we're relatively quiet. We had some showers earlier in the day. Right now, just cloudy, 79 degrees, your current temp. 83 in Rockport, 80 in Beeville, 79 degrees right now in Mathis. Over the next several hours, we're going to see a few isolated showers. You see that on the radar here, but most of the activity has dwindled off for the time being. Later on in the evening, just a few isolated to scattered showers. Over the next several hours, we're relatively quiet. Then as we head towards tomorrow morning, more heavy rain bands moving on in for your Monday morning commutes. As we head throughout the day on Monday afternoon, we see some of that heaviest rain, the greatest winds coming during the afternoon and the evening hours.